Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And I have a link below this video in the description to an article by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, which is America's top disease medical body. Okay, and as I say, the article is linked below this video. But I'm going to recite to you what they say about face masks. Basically, they say wearing a face mask is a waste of space. It doesn't do anything for you. But this is what they say, and as I say in the link below, you can read it for yourself from the official CDC website. Here we go. In our systematic review, we identified 10 RCTs that reported estimates of the effectiveness of face masks in reducing laboratory-confirmed influenza virus infections in the community from literature published during 1946, July 27, 2018. In pooled analysis, we found no significant reduction in influenza transmission with the use of face masks. One study evaluated the use of masks among pilgrims from Australia during the Hajj pilgrimage and reported no major difference in the risk for laboratory-confirmed influenza virus infections in the control or mask group. Two studies in university settings assessed the effectiveness of face masks for primary protection by monitoring the incidence of laboratory-confirmed influenza among students, hall residents for 5 months. The overall reduction in ILI, or laboratory-confirmed influenza cases in the face mask group, was not significant in either studies. Study designs in the 7 household studies were slightly different. One study provided face masks and P2 respirators for household contacts only. Another study evaluated face mask use as a source control for infected persons only, and the remaining studies provided masks for the infected persons as well as their close contacts. None of the household studies reported a significant reduction in secondary laboratory-confirmed influenza virus infections in the face mask group. Most studies were underpowered because of limited sample size, and some studies also reported suboptimal adherence in the face mask group. Disposable medical masks, also known as surgical masks, are loose-fitting devices that were designed to be worn by medical personnel to protect accidental contamination of patient wounds and to protect the wearer against splashes of sprays of bodily fluids. There is limited evidence for their effectiveness in preventing influenza flu transmission, either when worn by the infected person for source control or when worn by uninfected persons to reduce exposure. Our systematic reviews found no significant effect of face masks on transmission of laboratory-confirmed influenza. We did not consider the use of respirators in the community. Respirators are tight-fitting masks that can protect the wearer from fine particles and should provide better protection against influenza virus exposures when properly worn because of higher filtration efficiency. However, respirators such as N95 and P2 masks work best when they are fit tested, and these masks will be in limited supply during the next pandemic. These specialist devices should be reserved for use in healthcare settings or in special subpopulations such as immunocompromised persons in the community, first responders, and those performing other critical community functions as supplies permit. In lower income settings, it is more likely that reusable cloth masks will be used rather than disposable medical masks because of cost and availability. There are still few uncertainties in the practice of face mask use, such as who should wear the mask and how long it should be used for. In theory, transmission should be reduced the most if both infected members and other contacts wear masks, but compliance in uninfected close contacts could be a problem. Proper use of face masks is essential because improper use might increase the risk for transmission. Thus, education on the proper use and disposal of used face masks, including hand hygiene, is also needed. Now, I just have to say something, guys. It ain't rocket science. This nasty little coronavirus is so small. It's like a tiny grain of dust. If you're wearing a cloth mask over your face, it goes straight through. There's something very interesting that is tied up with physical science, and that is that atoms, you think of this pen, for example, you think, wow, that's solid. It's actually not solid. The atoms that make up this pen have huge holes between them, and other atoms or electrons can go straight through. That's why lead is probably the only way you can actually minimize the damage from radiation, because it is such a compressed atomic structure. Now, think about that in comparison with cloth face masks. They just let that virus right through. And if you cough and sneeze and you got the face mask, the virus goes straight through. The face mask really plays no role, except all it does is it compromises the quality of air that you breathe. So it's actually not a benefit, it's actually a negative. Alright guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Remember, the link to this whole article by the CDC is directly below this video in the description. Please like this video, please share this video, and above all, please stay safe.